We are about to commence our program, so we are kindly requesting to keep your phones in silent mode. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this magnificently glorious day. Yes, the day that we Faculty of Livestock, Fisheries and Nutrition moving a step forward in the history of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka. Actually, it gives me a great pleasure to warmly welcome you once again to the inauguration ceremony of the Bachelor of Science in Food Quality Management external degree program. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say that light and brightness has always been equated with positivity and motivation, is seen as the harbinger of good. To start us off on an auspicious note, we are inviting Vice Chancellor of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, Senior Professor Udit Jayasinghe, Dean of the Faculty of Livestock, Fisheries and Nutrition, Professor B.P.A. Jayavira, Emeritus Professor T.S.G. Fonseca, Course Director Professor O.D.A.N. Pereira, Academic Coordinator Dr. K.D.P.P. Gunathilaka, Head of the Department of Food Science and Technology, Chair Professor C.V.L. Jayasinghe, Head of the Department of Applied Nutrition, Dr. R.L.D.K. Malkanti, Head of the Department of Livestock and Avian Sciences, Mr. W.A.D.V. Veerathilaka, Head of the Department of Aquaculture and Fisheries, Dr. R.G.S. Vijayasekara, Administrative Coordinator, Ms. Anjali Senarath, and one of the student representative to lighting the traditional oil lamp. Thank you. I am kindly inviting Vice Chancellor of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, Senior Professor Udit Jayasinghe, Dean of the Faculty of Livestock, Fisheries and Nutrition, Professor B.P.A. Jayavira, Course Director, Professor O.D.A.N. Pereira, to be seated at the stage. Thank you. To honor the excellence of Mother Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, let's rise for the University Anthem.
Lanka Wayamba disa Sujata dharani tale Surandatu sarasavi diniti abe Arundati taruvale se Lanka ambaraye Arundati taruvale se Lanka ambaraye කල් පැරකුම් කිවිනැන පහනින සුමඟුල් සමිඳුන් සිහවිරු වදනින හැම කල් රංජිත වයඹ යසෝරස උරුමය වේ අපගේ උරුමය වේ අපගේ උරුමය වේ අපගේ උරුමය වේ අපගේ මල්පල සම්පත වොරඳන කෙත් වතු අස්වනු ඉසුරින් සපුරන නෙක් විදු නැන දහරින් දය ඔබයන මෙහෙවර වේ අපගේ මෙහෙවර වේ අපගේ මෙහෙවර වේ අපගේ මෙහෙවර වේ අපගේ Lanka Wayamba disa Sujata dharani tale Surandatu sarasavi diniti abe Arundati taruvale se Lanka ambaraye Arundati taruvale se Lanka ambaraye පෙරලා ඉසිවර නැන සමුදා සදාලන සරසවි මෞනි අපේ නව චින්තනයේ උල්පත් මතු කොට නව ලෝකය වෙත පියවර තබනු විවරණ දුන මැනවි 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 විවරණ දුන මැනවි
Professor O.D.A.N. Pereira is the biggest pillar behind the success story of this external degree program, who devoted her valuable time to make your dream into a reality. Now, I would like to invite Course Director, Professor O.D.A.N. Pereira, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Raisa. Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, distinguished guests, colleagues, and my dear students. I would like to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you to this inaugural ceremony of Bachelor of Science in Food Quality Management External Degree Program 2021. This day is dedicated to all our new students who have embarked on this amazing journey with our prestigious university, Wayamba University of Sri Lanka. Let me extend a warm welcome to our dear Vice Chancellor, Senior Professor Udit Jayasinghe Mudalige, the Dean, Faculty of Livestock, Fisheries and Nutrition, Professor B.P.A. Jayavira, and our former Vice Chancellor and founder of our faculty, Emeritus Professor T.S.G. Fonseca, and all the heads of the departments, and our academic coordinator of the external degree, Dr. K.D.P.P. Gunathilaka, and all the professors, senior lecturers, academic staff, administrative staff, and all our dear staff members from our neighboring premises, and all the non-academic staff and our dear students. Life is a long journey with many dreams, goals, and hurdles. So far, this journey, my long-awaited dream. Every dream comes with such hurdles, a lesson taught to all of us with this current pandemic. But with hard work and dedication of many, too numerous to mention by name, we converted our dream to a reality. I am sure this external degree program will be a milestone in the journey of our faculty, as I believe when you make a difference in the world, people will remember for your actions. So I guarantee all the students after your graduation from this university, you are surely going to be remembered as the first batch of students who have started this wonderful journey with us. This external degree will be a welcome opportunity to students all around the country to begin their careers related to food industry in collaboration with the Sri Lanka Standard Institute. This new external degree, different to what is currently available in the state university system, this degree will lay a foundation for students to create a demand for themselves and to be recognized as true professionals in the food industry. Excellent academic performance is the expectation from students following this degree. Academic excellence is not only scoring high marks, but having the ability to cope up with the trends in the industry and to face challenges with confidence. Consider this as a new phase of life. Students should embrace the inevitable that they go out into the world to make a difference. Finally, let me request each one and every one of you to join with us in this exciting journey in search of excellence. So I take this opportunity to wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam. Now I am cordially inviting Emeritus Professor T.S.G. Fonseca, initiator of the idea of awarding a degree program in food quality management in collaboration with Sri Lanka Standard Institute and Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, to address you.
Thank you, everybody. Good morning. I had to thank the young lady who introduced me, telling that I am the initiator of this program. I really don't know whether I did a thing like that. But I will talk about that in detail when I speak now. Vice Chancellor, Wayamba University, Professor Udit Jayasinghe, then Dean of the Faculty, Professor Ajit Jayavira, Coordinator of the course, Professor O.D.N. Pereira, academic staff members, senior, junior, non-academic staff members, and all the other staff members, as well as the new students who are registering for this new degree program here. I am so happy to speak a few words and share the platform with some of my senior colleagues who were working with me for the university years back. Professor Jayasinghe initially in the Faculty of Agriculture, and also the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Jayavira, as well as Professor O.D.N. Pereira. They were very friendly colleagues of mine from the olden days, so that I would like to share my happiness today in this morning to see that all of them have become professors now and gone into various administrative positions over the last 10 years. I meet them every now and then, but like it is a great pleasure for me to share my happiness with them, because a lot of buildings have come up, a lot of development we see, but the development of the staff who have started, which I used to call them by name, first name, now suddenly when they get titles, in the morning I am getting a little bit confused. I had to switch over immediately from the name to the titles and the designation that they have achieved over the past few years. So she mentioned while introducing that I am the initiator of this program. I had got some ideas, but then I would like to tell you in this morning, well, it is not me, but initially I was working some years back in this faculty. Before that I was working for agriculture faculty as the dean. So I think I got this idea from Professor Gunasena, who used to be the deputy chairman of the UGC, and I used to attend the standing committee meetings of agriculture at UGC. At that time we were working hard to get the approval to conduct an external degree program in collaboration with the Institute of Plantation Management. Also, like when I was trying to get the help, trying to get the funding from the UGC to write up the course modules and things like that, time was passing and I was thinking about my own faculty and the own department and the faculty that was to develop soon. That was this faculty, which was yet to be born at that time. So that, you know, then I was thinking, okay, don't you think it's a nice idea to have a collaborative program which would enrich the courses, the students, staff, everybody in the process. So I was thinking about my young days when I was doing my PhD in Nottingham University. I was a research student, but I made it a point still to listen to the presentations done by the students, undergraduate students who come from various places, in the sense, when I say various places, not like in our universities, the students gain lateral entry. They work for the industry, they work for the research institute, and they have a sort of a flexi program. They can come and enter into the university and follow the program and get their degree. So when they come and do their research, they come and make the presentation. We get the opportunity to question them, put our questions, have the discussion. After the presentation is over, I realize the students who come from the industry, who have worked in the industry for years, when they make the presentation, they are very knowledgeable. They are more knowledgeable than some of the lecturers who used to supervise us and many other students who are following the PhD program. And the industry has given them sort of first-hand information on certain activities, certain areas which the professors and other lecturers did have a limited knowledge. So these, I'm telling you right away, the students who are registering here, they are, you all were applicants earlier, now you are registered as students, you would be graduates here for some years and you would be graduating here. Don't think that you are learning all the time, you are also teaching our own staff members, so that this is a two-way process, right? This enrichment of the staff in the process is going to be a journey that is going to take the university a long way. As much as you get your degree and you go back to your own institutes or working places and try to develop the work that you do in a, or do it in a better way. So that it is that sort of thinking that I had at that time made me to think, okay, what should be the organization with whom we should strike a deal to develop a collaborative program. So that, like, unlike in UK, where there are sort of private sector institutes which are very well established, as well as the government sector institutes, which are doing well, good enough to establish a relationship with the university. We had a limited number of industries which are capable of doing it. But then first thing that came into my mind was SLSI. SLSI was established as Sri Lanka Bureau of Standards in 1960s, early 60s, mid 60s. And they had a lot of experience in regulatory work, compliance, setting off of standards, etc. So that they have direct relationship with the industry in various activities related to the quality, compliance, as well as regulatory. So that they had a big influence over the food industry. Not only the food industry, they have influence over industry, different industries in the country. So I thought that was one of the best areas to have a collaborative program with the university. In fact, the people who were involved in food-related work, I was working with them for many years while in the university, also before the university while I was working for NARA, so that it became easy. In this connection, I will have to mention the support that we got from Dr. Senavira, who was the chairman at that time. He was giving the full support. And what I got for agriculture from UGC to prepare the modules, we got some money. I can't remember the exact amount, maybe 200,000 rupees or something like that. Then we were able to get similar financial support from SLSI for the process of training our own staff, because our delivery mode is different. We have face-to-face lectures with the students. Our dealings with the students are face-to-face. So we had to get ready to deliver the material, deliver the course to you in a different mode, so that we were able to get that support coming from SLSI. And while we were training our own staff to meet the needs of this external degree program, we were trying to get the necessary approvals. I don't know whether I'm taking too long. So when we were trying to get the approval, of course the UGC standing committee, various bodies are there where we have to get the approval. And it was very unfortunate. Suddenly there was change in policy. At one stage, the UGC took a decision to say that we cannot conduct a program which is not conducted for the internal students in the university. So that the name of the degree is different, so that the things like that made a big problem, so that we were not able to go ahead with the program. We were canvassing a lot, but then of course opposition came from various other members in the standing committee, as well as from the other universities as well, like these things happen sometimes. And then also we had another problem, like we later on universities during the last administration period, I think, stopped allowing the universities to conduct all the external degree program for a long period, so that the staff who were trained, who were getting ready to go ahead with the degree program, had to stop all the activities, and the momentum of the staff members who were getting ready for this work was brought down to zero. So that, you know, those things were changed slowly, and it took a long time for us to get the necessary approval from the high authorities to go ahead with the program. By that time I am retired and gone, of course. But then the staff members who were involved in that had to go through that and face the problems there. So I would like to congratulate all the members who were involved in the administration, as well as getting ready to conduct the program, for the hassles that you have gone through, your disappointments, ups and downs in the process, right? Anyway, what I am happy and like to congratulate you, finally you have achieved it. And so that I wish to congratulate Post Director, then Dr. Sisira, who are the former Dean of the faculty, he is not here today, and Professor Chamila, and there were so many others involved. And also I would like to say that the support that we have got from SLSI has been a lot more, but they also lost the interest in the process when there were so many barriers coming before us. But then of course, like, they have finally agreed to go ahead with that. They thought they were not going to happen. So, so it became extremely important for the staff members who were there to revitalize them and get them back into the process. So that has been a little bit difficult, but still they were successful in doing that. So I like to congratulate them and also thank them, because I had a thinking that this should happen in the faculty. So that happened. Then of course, no point telling about the history so much, so that I hope everybody would understand. So the students who are registering here today, I would like to tell you, perhaps you would have missed the university admission by a few marks. And maybe your intention of getting or going through the program and getting a degree, you have lost, so that you don't be worried about that, because perhaps you are going to attend a program which is going to be more important than perhaps a course that you are to follow in the university, being there as an internal registered student. And also, as I mentioned, like, maybe while working in the places where you work, perhaps maybe in the food industry, maybe in other bodies where, like, you may be holding a fairly important position, key position, or middle grade position, or whatever. It does not matter, but the experience that you have gained, perhaps most of our lecturers, even the professors, might not have, because you are having a hands-on experience in the industry, which none of our members here would have. So that is very important. So you are one step ahead of most of our internal students. So as I told you, in relation to the students overseas, even in Sri Lanka, like, when you start working and working in the university, it's going to be important, because the university would provide some background which you would not get in the food industry. Like, food industry is a very multidisciplinary study area. Like, in the olden days, like, maybe when the human beings are like, like Vedas, when perhaps they would have gained some experience about the food processing or storage and things like, maybe with the experience that they got over the years. So this time-based experience that they were getting, olden days was carried from one generation to other for so many generations. But now it is different. Food is a multidisciplinary area where study of food science and technology would involve basic biology, cell biology. Then, of course, you are involved in studying chemistry, physics, microbiology, and so many other areas, including IT and nanotechnology. So many other areas are come into play now. So that what you have gained during your A-level times and the industry is not going to help solving the problems of the food industry, food processing. So that what you have not really got from the industry, the experience and your ability to improvise whatever the things that you do in the workplace, all that is important. But some of the basic needs which you have failed to get elsewhere would be provided, I believe, in the course that you are going to follow soon. So this will help in solving the problems of, we know in the food storage is there. Of course, there are problems in agricultural production. Production is not going to be sufficient for the population explosion that's happening in the world. So that is something to do with the agriculture. So I don't want to speak to you about this in length so that my time is limited. I don't know whether I am overstepping into the time of other people. But I would like to say the food is a very vast area, so that the challenges of the future will have to be met by the people like you who are working for the industry. To feed the people, the demand is going up. So how to use the improvised method to increase the production, reduce the post-harvest losses, and to meet the needs of the countries like Sri Lanka, third world countries which are always struggling with meeting the demand of the poor people. So to that effect, I think your degree program would serve a great help to you. And also, as I mentioned earlier, I would like to reiterate, don't consider them as just like the students that we have in our degree program. So they are mature students. So I believe you have a lot to learn. I think the success story of Makandura Agriculture Faculty as well as food here is based on the people who have headed the research institute have come here, and they have had the links with the industry, and that helped in treating our programs in a different way. I think now we have gone one step ahead, and we are getting the students from the industry who are working, and you have a lot to learn from them more than teaching. So with this note, I would like to thank everybody for inviting me today, because I always consider it like Wayamba University my second home. Would like to come here, so that in an important occasion like this, when you invite me, I am elated. And then also I would like to say that if there is any area where I can help or contribute, I am always ready to do that, and I would wish the success of all the students as well as the program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for giving us an idea on how this program came up to this level. Sri Lanka Standard Institute plays one of the major role in initiating this program. As an honor, this is the time for Dr. Siddhika G. Senaratne, Director General, Sri Lanka Standard Institute, to address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for inviting me to grace the inauguration ceremony of the B.Sc in Food Quality Management External Degree Program. I'm very pleased to be present here today. Food and agribusiness sectors are important parts of Sri Lankan economy. Food export is one of the major sources of foreign exchange and income generations. In the late 20th century, great interest was placed in the food quality. Day by day, consumer understanding of food quality and ultimate concern for health and safety increases. Further, almost all the export as well as import food commodities required to comply with internationally accepted food safety standards. This forces those who involved in agribusiness and food industry to use food quality management as a strategic tool in innovation and production. Therefore, depends on the quality and food safety, the success or failure of any organization, any business is determined. In this context, both the government and industry need highly qualified workforce who can assure a supply of safe, quality food which is in compliance with the basic customer requirement as well as to enhance customer expectations. Therefore, it is a national need to introduce a professional study program in food quality management in the development of industrial infrastructure. To fulfill this national need, Sri Lanka Standard Institution joined forces with University of Wayamba to introduce this degree program. Sri Lanka Standard Institution is making an effort to be the premier national organization providing leadership to uplift the quality of life of the nation through standardization and quality improvement in all sectors of the national economy. In this context, SLSI functions include formulating national standard to development of national economy, promoting quality assurance in all sectors in economy, educating and training industry and service personnel, providing of testing and certification, as well as providing the latest international information on documentation to the industry and service sector. Therefore, we expect this degree program to provide a great opportunity to all students to develop their career to be a competent resource person in fulfilling the national need. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam. I would like to invite Dean of the Faculty of Livestock, Fisheries and Nutrition, Professor B.P.A. Jayavira, to deliver his speech.
A very good morning to all of you. The Vice Chancellor, Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, Senior Professor, Professor Udit Jayasinghe Mudalige, Coordinator, Academic Coordinator of the program, Professor Niranjari Pereira, Emeritus Professor, Professor T.S.G. Ponseca, heads of the departments present here, professors, all the senior lecturers, and I would like to welcome Professor Virakodi and Dr. Kanchana Veerasinghe from ICTC, because they are our counterparts who would serve this degree program in future. And my dear students, of course it is a very happy day for me as the Dean of the Faculty, and that was kind of anticipation for me for a long time, because as Professor Fonseca said, we really started to develop this program long ago. As he said, we started our faculty in 2000, of course, 1999, we had the opportunity to operate our university as a full-fledged university. With that, we had the chance of developing our faculty. So, as an academic member, junior academic member from 1998, I could contribute to many degree programs here. Of course, at Faculty of Agriculture there, Professor Fonseca was the dean and he was head of the department as well. And then we could develop one degree program for this faculty in 1999, and we could start it later, 2000. And from that inception of the faculty, I was here. So I'm one of the oldest. I think I'm the oldest now, according to the chronology of the appointment letters. So I'm 38 member of this university, as an academic. And so in 2007, we thought of upgrading our program into 2 degrees. Professor Ponseca, myself, Professor Chamila, we got a chance to visit several universities in Thailand, Malaysia, and we got some idea, and we should develop another degree program. So with that, we started another degree. So our first degree was Food Science and Nutrition degree. Then we could start Food Production and Technology Management degree in 2008. So this is our 3rd degree. I still believe this is our 3rd degree because just like our internal students, you are going to be fully pledged students of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka. Therefore, I'm very happy that we could start this. I was a little unhappy that, as Professor Ponseca said, there were government decisions time to time. They didn't allow us to start some degree programs. And even if we have got the approval from the UGC, the program could not be launched because there was a government policy. No external degrees are offered hereafter. But ultimately we got the chance. So we are here now. So I'm very happy that we could get our first set of students. We could have done this very earlier unless this pandemic situation was not there in the country. However, luckily we could, with the amelioration of the situation, we could start this. And I would like to tell you three things in my speech, very brief one. Why we wanted to start this program. Professor Ponseca very lightly touched it. And what we are going to offer you, and what we want from you. Those are the 3 things I want to highlight. I'm not going to discuss them in detail because there will be orientation program for you. So there are things for us to tell you. There are many more things. So why we wanted this? Being an affiliated university college in the Northwestern Province in 1991, we became a part of a university system by affiliating to the Rajarat University of Sri Lanka in 1994, and we could offer our degrees starting from 1998. Then, as a faculty, we started in 2000 offering our own degree, and we started another degree in 2008. So this is our 3rd. Vice Chancellor would say how many degrees we have altogether in the university system, Wayamba. And I wanted to tell you why we wanted this. So we were offering Food Science and Nutrition degree program, and we were offering Food Production and Technology Management degree as well. You students can be very happy. You have been the students of, got the chance of being students of one of the renowned universities of Sri Lanka. We are a small university, but we are second in Sri Lanka in one aspect, the most important aspect. What is it? Job opportunities or the employability. Morato University has the highest employability of graduates, those who pass out from that university, within 6 months of graduation. That is somewhere around 94%. In Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, we are in the 2nd place in Sri Lanka. There are 16 other universities now, of course 15 state universities. So we are the 2nd from the employability. Our employability rate has been 84%. Now it has a little change because our student numbers has gone up. Among that, as a faculty, we have the highest employability. So you can be happy, my dear. You are going to be in a faculty, in a university, where the employability is highest. That matters a lot. Because even the Excellency, the President, His Excellency, the President says, if the employability is not there, he's not happy. He's talking about the 50,000 graduates who are going to be employed in the government sector. He's going to look into the numbers and see how many graduates are there, unemployed graduates are there from different courses. So he's not going to support that as well. So, why we wanted to offer this? There are opportunities for people in the food quality management in the country and the world. There are enough opportunities. So, as a dean and heads of the departments, we don't want to produce undergraduates or graduates who are unemployed and underemployed. So we don't want to do that. Therefore, we wanted to find areas, as Professor Ponseca said, many others have contributed to this. We have identified a niche area where opportunities are there. As long as human beings live in this world, agriculture should be there to produce food. And the food sector should be there to maintain the quality. Because as human beings, we need the quantity of food. Now it is the quality and the safety. Food security and safety cannot be compromised to the production or the quantity. Therefore, as long as human beings are there in the world, you have the job opportunities. Okay? So we have identified an area, and we didn't want to give, start with a batch of 200 or 500. We wanted to give small, give this opportunity to small number of people, because quality matters a lot. So that's how you have been filtered. And some people were highly worried that when we reject them, of course we had to reject, because we are thinking about the quality. So we wanted to give you a chance to go for your higher studies, find a quality job. Of course you are employed, some of you are, so you will get better positions. You will find greener pastures in future because of this degree. So we wanted to give better chance for people. Then what we will offer? Ours is a small faculty. I think we are the smallest faculty in this university. But we are highly worried about our quality. We always think of our quality. Fortunately, in the university system, there is a method of reviewing our programs. Very recently, we had our program review. We get grade A. Of course, 2 faculties from these premises. Agriculture faculty also got grade A. That shows that we are offering very good quality programs, high quality programs, and our program management, resources, teaching and learning, assessment, administration, student welfare, and our future vision has been rated as grade A. So you are going to be students of a faculty with grade A. So we will give you this one. Please remember, what matters a lot from you, as Professor Ponseca said, you are already employed, some of you. That shows you have skills. But remember, skill alone won't give the quality of the life. Competency. Skill will become competency with your experience, with your attitude, and with your mindset. So in this degree program, you will get some nice figure, nice picture into your skills. And we will modify them into your competencies. Especially we need your soft skills, attitudes, because in the university degrees, the reason for unemployability is not that the students or the graduates don't have subject-specific knowledge and skill. They have, but the attitudes or the mindset, vision for their life. Fortunately, I believe you have vision for life, because that's why those who are employed, those who didn't get chance to go to the degrees they have anticipated, have got a chance to come here and start a new degree, because that shows you have a vision for life. So we want to polish that. We want to make a different person from you, filled with competencies and filled with soft skills, who are using it for the betterment of you and the country. And therefore, please remember, you are fully pledged undergraduates of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka. You are fully pledged undergraduates of our faculty. So you are going to get all the facilities we give to our students. You will have lectures, contact sessions like this. You will have practicals in the weekends, contact sessions here. And due to the current situation, you have lots of sessions online, virtual classroom, class activities. But your teaching and learning assessment will be blended. Contact sessions, online sessions, hands-on skills, and many other ways, visits and all. So we will give all the facilities what we give to our students. Nearly 500 students we have in our faculty these days. So we are going to be another 50 or 60. So we will give our best. Then last thing, what I want from you. As I told you, you are undergraduates of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka. You are going to carry a label. You are going to have an identity. So you'll have to keep up the name of Mother Wayamba University of Sri Lanka. There, attitude is the most important, because in the current world, knowledge is everywhere. If you want to study astrology now, resources are there in the internet. You can learn it alone. There are enough online courses, free and paid. You can follow anything. So information is everywhere. You can upgrade your knowledge. Then you need kind of practice to upgrade your skill. But you will have to expose yourself to the outside world, to the people, academic and your subject area, and change your attitudes. You should develop your soft skills. We call them as interpersonal skills. In the world and in the country, most of the problems are there because of the soft skills are not there among people. Undergraduates sometimes fail to get better jobs because they don't show their attitudes. What I like most is a mixture of soft skills and the attitudes. My version of that is mindset. So in this program, I want you to develop a different person from your talents, your abilities, your wins and fancies, and your vision for the life. So with that, I would like to conclude my speech. I would like to give you a very big congratulations to all of you. So you are going to change your life hereafter. We are going to support that positively. We will do our best as a faculty, but we will be always thinking of the quality. You will have to remember that one. So don't think that we are going to give you qualifications. We are not going to give you any qualifications. We are going to help you to qualify yourself. Work is yours. Our Vice Chancellor yesterday said there are 4 ways you can get something. You can get it free, you can share from somebody, you can rob it, you can earn it. Please remember, B.Sc Food Quality Management, you'll have to earn. Keep that in mind. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yes, sir, attitude is the matter. Thank you, sir, for the nice motivation. Now it's my pleasure to invite the Vice Chancellor of Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, Senior Professor Udit Jayasinghe, to address the audience.
Okay, 10 minutes to end the good morning and start your course. I welcome all of you as the Vice Chancellor and our former Vice Chancellor, Professor T.S.G. We know him for such a long time, not even as a Vice Chancellor, as a person with whom I came to faculty from 1996 to 1999, August 27, and Professor Dr. Namaratna. We three were in same car. I used to had a free ride from Maradagahamula to Makandura, and for 3 years I learned a lot of food science because Professor and Dr. Namaratna always talking about food science, how to develop and food and all these things. Although I am not a food scientist, most of the terminology and all these things, how it is incorporated into the system, in education system, I learned in the very first 3 years of my life as a probationary lecturer. And then faculties was separated to agriculture and food. Is the pioneer of getting this one, livestock, fisheries and nutrition. We were in the agriculture one. I left for my PhD for in Canada, but there also, when I went there, this terminology of food is with me always, because it was my second preference. Even in the batch, I came to do agriculture economics, but it's a food and agriculture economics I always practice in my life, knowing one thing, because there are 7 billion people in the world. At that time it was less, around 5 billion, now 7 million. 3 times they open their mouth to eat something. So I am sure, therefore I am not going to lose my job at ever, because 21 billion times in a day they open the mouth, not to eat putu kakullo or asyatra tatu, but somebody's kakullo or a body as a food. So we can decide and give something in terms of that. So food safety matters, quality matters, nutrition matters, Q matters, value matters, welfare matters, everything matters for food. So I decided to retain in the field of food science, even though I become this one. Likewise, we discuss with Jaivir and all the other people, and we supervise even Malkanti's research on food science. And so everything is coming from that one. And I had a very good story also for that one. In a time like we start our 20th degree, this is the 20th degree Wayamba University of Sri Lanka is going to start. It's a good time. In the 2021st, the first degree is the starting of the 20th degree. So we are a big university with that 20th undergraduate degree. I can remember when I went for my PhD, in the very first couple of weeks, when we were at the department, that is also named Food and Agriculture Economics, University of Guelph. And proposal depends on then Vasantha Rupasinghe, you know, he's from our agriculture faculty, and he was doing something plant food science, and he wanted to defend something on apple. When the apple was cut, according to him at that time, 1999 December, it is getting brownish, and he want to, according to his knowledge by that time, right, 20 years ago, to prevent it. And he defended in front of lot of around 11 to 12 food scientists from USA, Spencer and Son from UK, OMAF, and leading scientists, because they want to kill the people, like here also. Giving a PhD is a miracle in the American system. After 3 years, a lot of coursework, and he defended it, and finally, when we announced in the result, they told you did a very good job, Vasantha, right? But we did that research 25 years ago, that's why we have apple. What about your country? You don't have apple? Yeah, that's the question. So he applied theory into a food that was used by Canadians for us 50 years, and he told, all professors told, we resolved this matter in 70s. But your knowledge and where you applied is superb. Your knowledge and everything, and they asked, we now have a problem of safety, something I cannot understand even now, that one. If you can solve that problem, we will fund you, we will do everything. Would you like to accept? Right? Then he told yes. Right, okay, he told yes. එළියට ආපුවාම මං ඇහුවා ඇයි මචං ඇයි වසන්ත අයියේ අරකට එකපාරට ඇයි මේ හා කිව්වේ ඇහුවත් නෑ නේද මොකද්ද කියලා. ඕකට බෑ කියලා ගෙදර යන්නද බං. මිනිහා ආගිව්වා මොනවද කියලාවත් දන්නේ නැහැ. But he did it. He did it. We were unfortunate. He was kept in the Canada. Now he's a very senior professor. Still, I am now dealing with all these his bond issues also. Still, we are dealing with his bond issue. I am as a vice chancellor now dealing at the Anuradhapura courts. Even last week, a couple of rupees of money to be paid, but he is not going to pay it. He want to retain the name in the Wayamba University, some way or other, right? So that is my second story. So still it is put. Then on that day I decide I should ask from my panel, what should I do for my PhD? If I am going to defend something after 3 years, I may be facing the same. So I asked from Professor Spencer Henson and Julie Caswell. Julie Caswell is the American Agriculture Association's editor. Alphonse B.Sc is the Canadian Journal's editor. Spencer Henson is the University of Reading Center for Food Research director. 3 were there. I went there and asked, what is the leading area in 3 years to do? They mentioned this. It is not food safety matters. When it comes to 5 to 6 years in Canada, we have this problem, this problem, this problem. We'll have to resolve it and try to find it out, because we are dealing with Canadians. They produce this much of food. It's a free border, right? 1 day or 2 days production enough for the country. They must go out to Japan and all other countries, so you'll have to maintain quality. Quality in terms of not safety, not nutrition, they are known, but labeling, packaging, standardization, certification. These 4 terms I can still remember. Think about how to improve food from this one. From that day, I started reading this, and I got my PhD, fortunately therefore on time, because I was ready with that one. Spencer become my supervisor. Caswell came to defense, right, fortunately, and Alphonse Weir Singh is the man appointed by Senate. Because I asked that question 4 years ago from them, they told me, this guy asked that question, now we cannot hit him. එහෙම තමයි කිව්වේ. දැන් මේ පුද්ගලයාට අපිට අන්නන්න අමාරුයි. අපෙන් අහලා කරපු එකක් නෙමෙයි. හරි. ඒ වෙනකොටත් ඒක තිබුණේ. But still I am happy. Food safety, food quality is utilized in Canadian agri-food system. It is understood as the best food quality system in the world by all. But still, you know, the HACCP is still voluntary. HACCP system in Canada is not mandatory for any even livestock companies. It's voluntary. Thanks to our research, and we 18 did different research components, they still remember, and in our report we produce economic incentives for producers to retain in the system in terms of packaging, standardization, and then labeling, branding, and others. So today, we know even here, when you go to market, milk powder or sachet packet or anything, we ask from brand. අපි බොන්නේ මොනවද කන්නේ මොනවද කියන ඒවා ගන්නේ තෝරලානේ SLSI එකෙන් ගන්නෙ. ඒසාව this is how we measure quality. අපි එහෙමනේ දැන් මගුල් ගෙදරකට ගියත් අපි දැන් තෝරන්නේ මේ කෑම අනම්මනනේ අපි දන්නවා ඔය පොලිමේ තියෙන කෑම ටික කජු වම්බටු බැදලා ඔය ටික අපි දන්න හැබැයි අපි තියෙන තැනක් දන්නවා. ඒ නිසා තමයි කියන්නේ මලගයක් උනත් ගන්න බැයි නම් නිකන් ඉඳපල්ලා කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ හොඳට ඒ විදිහට ගත්තට නම් මලගේ උනත් quality එක තියෙන්න ඕන කියලා කියන්නේ. So we want to do it by you also in the same passion. So this is the degree produced by this eminent faculty, 20 years old, working on food science, working on nutrition, working on animal side of it, working on fish side of it, and all our food. So they produced this degree program. It has gone through various different institutional reviews and others. Now, today I am very happy when it's come to 2021, the Wayamba University could start its 20th degree program at the right place. So you are so lucky to do it. I will also come and try to be with you in terms of economics of teaching, economics of food science. People like Professor Fonseca, and left faculty by being 2 times Vice Chancellor, and now it's 12 years ago, right, somewhere. Right. So, yeah, and still you can see he is with us. I'm still using his driver as my driver. He is also telling food science things now because learning from him, right? So food is not separated from us. That's why I'm telling we don't want to be separated from anything that is used by 21 billion times in a day, right? We open our mouth other than speaking 3 times to eat something or to tell that we don't have anything to eat something. So whether you eat or not, you have a demand, you will have to supply it, it has a market, you can easily deliver, but think that you will have to give this one what food quality you will have to manage, right? You are going to learn it from science point of view, art point of view, management point of view, economics point of view, technology point of view, and all points of view in this degree program that was set that nicely. I'm sure, and I believe it's a 3-year degree, or it's a three-year degree. I was just 131 days old for today. Within my tenure, I believe you would be able to get the degree from me. If not, I will have to fight for another tenure to give you the degree. I will try that one also. Right? Okay, thank you. Now, have a good evening and we'll go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I think we could hear some nice stories. Finally, we have arrived to the end of this ceremony. So I would like to invite Academic Coordinator, Dr. KDPP Gunathilaka, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. Vice Chancellor, Senior Professor Udit Jaisinghe, Dean, Faculty of Livestock, Fisheries and Nutrition, Professor B.P. Jaivira, former Vice Chancellor, Professor T.S.G. Fonseca, all professors, head of the departments, senior academics, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and also registered students for the Food Quality Management External Degree Program. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this event to all dignitaries assembled here. First and foremost, I thank our special guest, the Vice Chancellor, Wayamba University of Sri Lanka, Senior Professor Udit Jaisinghe. Despite his busy schedule, has found time to grace this occasion. And also I express my heartfelt thanks to Dean of the Faculty of Livestock, Fisheries and Nutrition, Professor B.P. Jaivira, who made an immense support to initiate the external degree program. I would like to thank our former Vice Chancellor, Emeritus Professor T.S.G. Fonseca, for the initiation to award an external degree in the collaborations with Sri Lanka Standard Institute, and your continuous encouragement and the support through the process. Also, I should extend the thanks to the former Dean, Dr. M.S.W. Silva, for his great support from the beginning of this effort. And also, I would like to thank Chair Professor C.V.L. Jaisinghe for her immense contribution throughout the process to take the dream a reality. I express my heartfelt thanks to course director of the external degree program, Professor Odan Pereira, who made an immense leadership in the process of starting this food quality management degree program. We are indeed proud of you, madam. As you all know, this external degree program is offering with the collaboration with Sri Lanka Standard Institute. It is my great pleasure to express on behalf of the Wayamba University a deep appreciation for the support and encouragement provided and providing by Sri Lanka's Standard Institute. I would like to acknowledge Dr. Sharmila Jayatilaka, former head of departments of Food Science and Technology, for your valuable contribution towards the success of this event. Special thanks also goes to administrative coordinator, Mrs. Anjali Senarath, also financial coordinator, Mrs. Anrudhika Ratnayaka, for your dedicated contribution throughout, and also I owe special gratitudes to academic supportive staff, non-academic staff, who have worked hard to ensure that this occasion become a memorable success. In this such a short time, you made all the best arrangement for this event. I thank all the head of departments, distinguished invitees present here, accepting our invitation. A special thanks should goes to all the students attended to the inauguration ceremony of the B.Sc Food Quality Management external degree programs. So last but not least, I thank all the members of the board of the study and colleagues and the officers of our media unit for their contribution and cooperation in making this function a resounding success. Once again, thank you all for your attention.
Thank you, sir. Now this event has come to an end. Let's rise for the national anthem to conclude inaugural ceremony of B.Sc in Food Quality Management external degree program. Stay positive, work hard and smart, make it happen. Thank you.
Sri Lanka Mata, Upper Sri
Refresh